high definition, please.
Ride through Houston, Texas, flexing, rolling through the SWAT. Repping for the city, hear him in the parking lot. Houston written across the jersey, ain't gon' never stop. Just fans got me tuning in, waiting for the drop. Astros, Texas, Rockets, Dynamo, they coming with it. When they pull up, got the city sitting on a fitted. Straight up A-Leaf, hold it down, ain't gon' never quit it. Just fans got me tuning in, let my dogs get it. Southwest A-Leaf, Texas, throw down here and it's so infectious. We ride for the Houston Astros, Rockets, Dynamo, and them Texans.
I love how as soon as I hit the intro video, your ass, I just see your ass fucking get up and fucking run out of frame. I'm like, where the hell is he going?
It's been a long week. Deserved.
Oh, goddamn, bro. You need 2 hands for that motherfucker. And we're back. Another week, another episode of the Just Fans Podcast here with my boy Rios. What it do, Rios?
Like I said, man, it's been a hell of a week. It's only Tuesday. Like,
it's only fucking Tuesday.
Dear Lord, give us the strength, man. I can't take this shit.
But it's not just any Tuesday. It's Happy Boy Bonilla Day, man.
One of the greatest achievements in human history. Getting paid $1 million every July 1st for all eternity for doing it.
Bro, so to the ones that don't know what the hell we're talking about, I think this happened, like 15 years ago or something like that?
Yeah, it was like early 2000s.
Yeah, so it's probably longer than that. So the Mets outfielder, Bobby Bonilla, for whatever reason, they decided to defer his contract or whatever for like 45 fucking years or something ridiculous like that. So my guy's been retired for how long now?
At least 2 decades.
At least 2 decades. And every July 1st, my guy gets $1.1 million every single July 1st. And that's the most Mets thing to do, like, on the planet, to be honest. If anything, I would imagine somebody like the Dodgers, they're probably going to do that, something like that with Ohtani eventually.
They already are. He's getting paid, what, $2 million out of
till he's 40. Till he's 40 something.
$1 million contract.
And I believe the Mets still have to do this for another 10 years or so.
Until the mid-2030s.
Jesus, bro. That is the deal of a lifetime.
Juan Soto will probably be retired. He'll still be paying Bobby Bonilla.
Dude, fucking every July 1st will be on my calendar, bigger than my birthday, bigger than Christmas, bigger than fucking anything.
That last Bobby Bonilla day, I'm throwing something on the grill.
Yeah, shit.
So,
how Bonilla is.
Us all.
Hey, but happy July 1st, everybody, to all those who celebrate. Rent is due, don't forget.
Yeah. Utilities. The Bills are undefeated.
Yeah, we're never gonna beat that. We're never gonna beat that. But we're back, just you and me. No Carlos again. Fuck that guy. He stinks.
Shit.
Yeah, shucks. Major banana balls. Oh no, the camera, not the camera.
You see, God don't like ugly.
Yeah. How about that, motherfucker? Oh, not the camera.
You forgot I have the power also.
Yeah, I know.
And he's gone. And he's back.
Not me having technical difficulties.
Of course.
No. Oh, there we go. There we go.
Also darkness.
Let's start over. We're back again. No Carlos. You know what that means. We can talk basketball.
Yeah.
So
we can have fun.
And we're going to talk about the Rockets, obviously. But what the fuck is happening everywhere else?
This has been one of the wildest free agencies, and it's not even done yet. It hasn't officially begun, but it also hasn't really begun because look at what the Bucks are doing. They're blowing it up, and they released Damian Lillard.
So yeah, they waived Dame. They're going to stretch his contract, but they waived him because of his torn Achilles or whatever.
They waived him and signed Evan Turner from the Pacers, who
just went to the finals.
Those two
for
teams
nothing. Dude, if I'm the Pacers, I am
livid.
Dude, beyond livid. Because Miles Turner, like the finals just ended. You're gonna tell me that the Bucks picked up the phone, hey, we're gonna give you this money, and like there was no like follow up with the Pacers at all? Like were the Pacers not gonna match it? Like I don't know what all the ins and out of the deal are, but dude, you just went to the finals with this team that, let's be honest, probably shouldn't have gone to the finals. But the East is so wide open.
They had a chance to win it. I think if Halliburton doesn't go down, they win that finals.
I think they have the best shot that they probably were going to get.
Yeah, because Hallie's going to miss the whole season, and now with no Evan Turner, like if you're the Pacers, what do you do?
Exactly, because you lost him for nothing. You lost him for nothing. So it's not like you got a few picks, and maybe by the time Halliburton comes back, you got a couple more guys in the rotation. A couple of rookies stepped up or something. No, you got him for nothing. And the Bucks also traded away Brook Lopez, which made sense for them. Went to the Clippers, I believe. Definitely not a lob threat, and I don't even know what the fuck the Clippers are doing. James Harden, I'm probably not going to take his player option. Going to hit free agency.
No, he's going to re-sign with the Clippers.
Has that been confirmed?
Yeah, he's going to turn it down to get more money.
That's fucking ridiculous.
In true James Harden fashion.
In true Clippers fashion, they're going to fucking do that too.
Maybe same thing with the Lakers and LeBron. No, I want to win championships, but let me take the most money and
a fucking billionaire. At least James Harden is probably gonna go broke after he retires, just because of all the strip clubs and all that shit. That's never gonna leave his personality. But LeBron is already a billionaire. Why the fuck you need an extra $52 million, bro? Your son, who barely got any minutes this year, is making fucking $5 million, or whatever the fuck it is on that rookie deal. So I don't even know. But yeah, they're saying LeBron might get traded. I think that's all a bunch of BS.
Well, because think about it, who's going to trade for?
Because whoever trades for him is going to have to give up the farm.
Because you have to match salaries in. That's going to involve a lot of either you're going to have to give up a really good player, which would be stupid on any team's part.
Yeah.
Or you have to give up a bunch of players to salary match, and it's just.
And then if you give a bunch of players, and let's say you're the Bucks, so you got Giannis and Bron, that's it.
Yeah,
like this, it's not gonna happen.
There was a report that said that as far as like trading just for LeBron, it's non-existent because again, you get him for a year, but you got to give up everything to get him just to match the salary. Because
exactly.
If he was
unless you got some horrible
contracts,
right? Unless you got some really really bad contracts that you're trying to offload for a year of Bron, and then you're probably gonna have to give a few picks just to make the Lakers even fucking remotely think about it. Like the Lakers got Luka, so like LeBron demanding a trade, it's nothing for the Lakers at this point.
No,
it's really not. If LeBron wanted to walk away for free, like the Lakers, I don't think would think twice about it. They'll be like, all right,
cool. We'll
now with your fucking money gone, we can sign some role players and fucking help Luka out, type shit. But all that's been going on. We said, the Damian Lillard thing. I thought it was kind of crazy. I know it's a torn Achilles or whatever, but the Bucks making all the moves that they're making right now is kind of crazy.
Blowing it up, and Giannis is as good as gone. I'm just waiting for that Shams bomb where he says that Giannis has requested trade or Giannis.
And the thing is, like, where does he go? Because he's another guy who's still got a few years in his contract. Right? He just signed an extension whenever Damian Lillard got there, so he's still got a few years in his contract. So, like, you're gonna have to really give a good haul back just to get Giannis in your team, right? So a lot of the teams like the Warriors, what are the Warriors giving up? Kuminga and what else? I don't really think it's that feasible. No. And if you're Giannis, do you even want to go to the West? That is so stacked. Or might as well just stay in the East. Go to the Cavs. Go to the Knicks. Hell, go to the Pacers at this point.
Right. No, I mean those two teams don't like each other, so he would never go there, which is surprising. Evan Turner
for the fucking Evan Turner shit.
But I mean, if he does go to the West, I think the one team that makes the most sense would be the Rockets. because they have the assets and they can match the salaries to, Atlanta got.
Does that make the most sense? I think the Spurs are a good shout.
Because they don't. You got to match salaries. They don't have nobody that can match the salaries.
Chris Paul, how much does he make?
Not enough to match salaries with Giannis.
Who else do they have over there? San Antonio. They have a bunch of young kids.
They
That's
got
the
a bunch of
problem.
young guys, but no one is making big money. I mean, what, DeRozan? But it's not gonna. It's not gonna.
He's not going to fucking Sacramento, unless they do like the only way that I can see him going into the West is a big 3-teamer.
It's probably what it's gonna take. But I said if he's trying to win another ring, Rockets would make the most sense.
Okay, so let's talk about that, right? So the Rockets already made some big offseason moves, right? Obviously, the KD trade was already announced last week. It already happened. But I believe it was last night or this morning. I believe it was this morning. Clint Capela coming back to the Rockets.
Mm-hmm. Dorian Finney-Smith.
And Dorian Finney-Smith, right? Those are the big ones, right? So Dorian Finney-Smith to replace basically what Dylan Brooke was last year as far as the 3-and-D
wing.
We already have so many wings in this team, but the loss of Dylan Brooks defensively was going to be a big loss. Dorian Finney-Smith is probably like the best replacement you can get.
Yeah.
When you're talking about 3-and-D wings available, obviously you would love Derek White, right? But if you can't get Derek White,
DFS is not a bad, substitute.
Not at all. He shot like 41 from the 3 last year.
Yeah, now with with a team like the Rockets, we have Kevin Durant out there. You got Fred VanVleet who can stretch the floor. It's going to give him even more opportunities and more spacing to.
Yeah, but that's Dorian Finney-Smith. The Clint Capela thing, it's a little bit more intriguing, right? Because we already have Steven Adams and Sengun in the team. So if
big lineup,
right? If you're gonna go double big and you want like a backup on the bench, so I'm guessing you go Steven Adams and Sengun, and then Capela on the bench, right? Because Capela isn't that big. He's really good at rebounding, but he's not like a big presence in the paint. Steven Adams is. If you put Sengun at the 4, Katie at the 3, I'm at the 2.
But he's a lob threat. Unlike those two, he's an actual.
He's an actual lob threat, which is very dynamic, right? For Freddie, and even Amen, who hopefully his playmaking can take a step up this year. Also, Reed Shepard. We still haven't really seen what the kid can do, right?
They were pretty high on him because they didn't include him in any trade talks at all. So
exactly,
they believe he's the point guard of the future.
But now, when we're talking about the Giannis thing, right? Jabari just got a 5-year extension. What's it, 120 something million?
Mm-hmm.
If the Rockets seem like the most likely destination for Giannis as far as the West goes, what are you going to have to give? I mean, you got another big in Clint Capela. Does that mean Sengun is out? Does that mean Jabari's out? Because you're going to have to give at least one of those two guys for Giannis.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a package that centers around one of those two, just for the salaries and because you obviously have to give the Bucks something that they're going to.
The Bucks are going to want something, right? I feel like the Bucks would definitely prefer Sengun.
Yeah.
But they already have Evan Turner, so I don't even know how they make that work because they both stretch the floor a little bit, but not immensely, and neither of them is like a monster in the paint either.
Well, I think you can have Sengun at the 5 and have Evan Turner at stretch 4 basically, because he is a much better three-point shooter and free throw shooter
than Sengun for sure. And so then what does that mean for the Rockets? Because so then you get Giannis, right? So you play, let's say Sengun is out, so Clint Capela at the 5, Giannis at the 4, and then the space there is horrible already. And then you got KD, right, and Fred, but then you got Amen on the starting lineup. He's not a shooter.
I mean, from what I've seen in his offseason workouts, he's been working on his jump shot. So
we'll see. Ben Simmons has been working on his jump shot for 40 years. Okay, I don't care what they do in the offseason. I don't care what the fucking workouts look like. Can you shoot in the game? So far, Amen, he doesn't have that in his bag. It just doesn't. He's still young, I'm not gonna say that the jumper is never gonna fall. It might, right? DeMar DeRozan didn't start shooting threes till he was like 34, right? And he's not great at it, but it falls.
I mean, it's possible. The great ones, they find a way to add that to their bag.
Exactly. So, but if that's the lineup you go with next year, Fred, Amen, KD, Giannis, and Clint or Steven Adams, it's just that doesn't.
Well, I think if they trade Sengun, they're probably going to keep Jabari. So you can play Giannis at the 5 and Jabari at the 4.
But does Giannis want to play at the 5? Because the reason why Giannis works so well in Milwaukee, besides the fact he's a fucking superstar, is Brook Lopez was like the best complementary player to have next to him. He's a big who can get a lot of rebounds. He can create his own shot when he really needs to. Maybe not so much in the later parts of his career, but in his prime, dude, he was shooting, not even his prime, but like in his prime time with the Bucks, he was like their best shooter from the 3 arc at times.
I mean, with a front court of, Giannis is a 7-footer, Jabari was 6'10", and KD was a 7-footer. I mean, it doesn't have to necessarily be the rebounding presence, because you can have 3 guys that are almost 7 feet tall or are 7 feet tall with very long wingspans.
What does that do to the timeline of the Rockets? Because right now the KD is more like a plug and play type of move, right? He's gonna come in to make us better right now, and we might win a championship, we might contend, or we might not. But if you bring in Giannis after bringing in KD, that's you're telling everyone like it's a now play. So and if you're trading Sengun or Jabari or both, does that mean no one is safe?
It's tough because from what we've seen with the parity in the NBA, your window is now. There is no next year. The window is now, because especially with the salaries increasing and these players, you don't really see a ton of loyalty to just one team anymore. Like these guys are out to get the bag, and rightfully so. I don't fault them for that, but it's not like back in the day where these guys would stick with one team for their entire career. Usually you got that first contract, and then some of them, they'll stick around. Others, they'll, go on to the...
Yeah, because right now, the longest serving ones right now are probably Steph and Draymond. Correct? And then probably followed by Giannis. Because Dame had that title before he left the Trailblazers. By the way, DeAndre Ayton hitting free agency. So the Lakers are going to get a new center, I'm sure.
Yeah, that should work wonders for their lineup.
Yeah, no, we'll see. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, like I don't see that there's that many one-teamers out there.
There's not.
Like at all. Damn. Luka could have been one. They fumbled that.
Yeah, he probably would have stuck with the Mavericks, but
dude, he loved that team. He loved that place. Crazy that. Trae Young, I thought he was gonna be one, but I'm sure like if he's gonna get traded or he's gonna demand a trade eventually. I don't really see his thing. Like when they first made that run a few years ago, the conference finals, I thought like, this Hawks team could be dangerous. And they got Dejounte Murray, and I thought that was gonna work out. It didn't work out at all. Kind of exploded in their space.
I think that's how a lot of these front office executives look at it, because you think, it's going to be a long window, and these guys, demand more and more money year after year. And it's with the new CBA, it's really hard for these teams to develop dynasties.
Yeah, I mean, look at the Denver Nuggets, right? They just had to trade Michael Porter Jr. to the Brooklyn Nets for Cam Johnson.
Or something like that, yeah.
Or Cam.
I mean, look at the Celtics. They're having to blow up because they hit that second apron. And once you hit that second apron, you got to start.
Yeah, Kristoff is gone.
There's talks that they may move Jaylen Brown. Like it's
which is insane. They just won a championship last year.
Yeah, but I mean that's part of what the new CBA did, because after what Kevin Durant did, we jumped shit from the Thunder to the Warriors. Like these owners, like, nah, we're not gonna have another one of those scenarios again.
Yeah, and then I mean, Brooklyn tried to replicate it somehow and didn't work, and the Clippers tried it, didn't really work, or hasn't. I don't think he's
I think
gonna.
over the years, seeing what what LeBron did with the Heat and what the Warriors did with KD, I think a lot of these executives are like, "Nah, we're not gonna."
I mean, look at even LeBron with the Heat, though. Like, did that really work?
No, they most certainly underachieved. When you hold a press conference and you promise 8 championships and you win 2 out of 4, nah, that's.
Sorry, that was a bug that I had to kill.
I wouldn't call it a failure, but it
wasn't a failure because they won championships, but it was kind of
underachieving,
a bit of a letdown for sure. Because with that super team, you thought they would like at least get 3 in a row type shit.
Yeah, when you have 3 top 10 players in their physical primes,
yeah,
who are all in the same draft class, like,
yeah, they just need a mellow or like a really good, like, bro, they would have gone somehow somebody like Chris Paul to just run the offense. Shit.
No, it's funny hearing LeBron on this podcast with the revisionist history. Oh, that wasn't really a super team. I didn't have
bullshit.
Like, bro, come on, you promised
bullshit, brother. Fuck out of here, bro.
Like my brother in Christ. Come on, who the fuck are you trying to fool, man? You can't rewrite history. We all witnessed it. It was our fucking hour-long special on ESPN.
With a fucking like stupid ass shirt he was wearing.
Like trying to rewrite that and saying championships don't matter, ring culture is toxic for the NBA. I'm like, you went to Miami to win rings, bro. Like, what are you doing?
It's been a crazy offseason so far. The Rockets definitely making moves. And it doesn't seem like they're done. Like you said, the Giannis thing is very, very possible. The Rockets still have a lot of young talent and a bunch of picks. And
me personally, I prefer this. Just add more small depth pieces. I think.
Like I feel like another superstar. Like,
I mean, I wouldn't say no to Giannis. Like, I mean, you need superstars to win in this league again.
Yeah, because the thing is, like, Kevin Durant is gonna make us better
for the next couple of years, but Giannis still has at least 3 or 4 years of it.
No, but the thing with Kevin Durant is, like, to me, and a lot of people on Twitter might disagree, a lot of people on here might disagree, but to me, adding Kevin Durant doesn't automatically make me think like, oh yeah, we're taking the West. OKC Thunder are still young, and they're only gonna get better.
Well, I think with a lot of Rockets and Twitter and Thunder fans on Twitter, we've all are kind of in agreement. These should be the top 2 teams in the West, because the Rockets were a 2 seed with Jalen Green, who was, when he was on, but for the most part, he was just on a milk carton.
No, and I agree. I don't think the Rockets are going to drop off super drastically, but we've seen it happen before. A 1 seed or a 2 seed one year, and then the next year you're looking at a 6, maybe 5 seed, because other teams get better. Because other teams just get better. Like if the Dallas Mavericks can stay healthy,
they should be either a 3 or 4 seed.
They should be up there as well. If
older players on the roster,
whatchamacallit, because I mean, the offseason is not over. Like the Spurs could make a wild move for somebody, right? Let's say they get Devin Booker all of a sudden. Then you're talking about a contender there as well.
It'd be kind of tough though, because the thing with the Spurs is they have the space, but they don't have the players to match a salary trade. It'd have to be a 3-team deal.
It could be a three-teamer where like someone with a really shitty contract goes to the Sun from somewhere else, and then the Spurs just send like 2 young guys and a bunch of picks. And the Spurs. And the Spurs have a lot of young guys. A bunch of really dynamic guards already. And they still have De'Aaron Fox, who nobody's saying that he's safe.
Yeah. I think he's probably the one real movable asset they have. Because you can trade De'Aaron Fox and you still have Stephen Castle, you still have Dylan Harper, and you still have Wemby.
Yeah. Well, shit, what else do you fucking need?
Yeah.
After that, you just get a few pieces, and all of a sudden you're contending.
De'Aaron Fox is the only real movable piece, but I don't think he's enough to land a guy like Devin Booker, though.
Shit, the Suns are desperate, man.
We'll see.
I mean, they let go KD for what I would say it was a very cheap deal. And yeah, it wasn't on the last year of his contract, but still, if the Suns really want to hit the hard rebuild right now, because they really can until Bradley Beal leaves that team.
Yeah, because he's eating a big chunk of their payroll.
Yeah, and doing fucking nothing. So, but what do you think about the Rockets moves, man? Like we said, Dorian Finney-Smith, Clint Capela, making this team, like if you look at the second unit, it's looking very scary because you can get Reed Shepard, DFS, Tari, Jashante, Jabari.
And you can play with the lineups for the starters and the second unit because you have so many options. You have so much versatility with all the all these guys with long wingspans.
Yeah, it's a bunch of wing city right now.
My only concern, really, and someone put something on Twitter that was a pretty interesting breakdown as far as like in today's NBA, shooting guard is really the most expendable position because there's not a ton of superstar shooting guards in the league right now.
Because you can play small forwards at the 2 as long as they can shoot the ball, right?
Yeah, you can even play 2 point guards.
Yeah, look at the Caps, right? 2 point guards, really.
Yeah,
it really is.
And look what this Rockets see. You're going to have, most likely Amen Thompson playing shooting guard. He's 6'7".
Yeah. What I think this team still lacks, it's a pass first point guard. Right? I like Freddie. He's great. He's very streaky though. Some nights he's shooting lights out, and some nights the shot ain't falling. And if the shot ain't falling, then
he brings other stuff to the table though.
He does, but once the second unit comes in, that's why I was so surprised that Reed Shepard didn't see any minutes. Like Aaron Holiday, solid enough backup, right? But not somebody who I'm confident that he can run the offense every night. When Freddie's out, I'm hoping Reed Shepard can take the mantle a little bit, but we know him as more of a shooter. Coming out of college, he was more of a shooter rather than all-out playmaker. So I feel like get another big and get another wing. Yes, it's nice for like all the lineup possibilities and the depth. But if we're gonna get somebody else, I would prefer to be somebody like some kind of playmaker. That's why if Chris Paul doesn't have a team, I'm giving that guy a call.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind a reunion with Chris Paul.
I'm giving that man a call because he's a leader. That's the thing. The thing with this Rockets team is like the leader is really the coach, Ime Udoka. He's the leader of this team. But as far as like in the locker room, on the court, we don't really have somebody who's like a 10 out of 10 type of leader. Because we know KD is not. The rest of the guys are super young. And then you got Freddie, who, he's a vet, but I don't think he's that vocal, as far as like leading the team. We know Chris Paul was, and he still is.
Yeah, no,
that was the problem with James Harden too. He wasn't a leader either.
Yeah, and also he didn't want to take orders from Chris Paul, which is, if they would have learned to coexist,
Marico, we
could have won at least one ring.
At least one.
But no, James Harden does what he does, and he forced the Rockets to trade Chris Paul for his friend, and we saw how that worked out.
It was fun for a little bit.
I think before the pandemic, the Rockets team was really clicking.
It was really coming together, man. It was really coming together, and then the pandemic hit, and then the playoffs were just fizzled out. To be fair, like when you got Austin Rivers, fucking guarding LeBron and like on a play, and I'm like, how did we get here? How did this happen?
And then you got Daniel House, being extra horny, getting kicked out of the bubble for bringing a girl over. Bro, come on, man.
It's the playoffs, bro.
You can wait a couple weeks.
You can wait a couple weeks. But what do you and like not just the Rockets, like fucking the whole NBA is in shambles right now. Fucking everybody going everywhere.
I mean, the East is very wide open. There's no real favorite in the East right now.
Do you think we're still waiting for a big trade to happen?
Yeah.
Obviously, KD is the biggest one so far, but it's one that we kind of been talking about all season long.
Yeah, we said he was the first domino.
Yeah. So now that he has fallen, Giannis seems like the next option.
It has to be, because what has Milwaukee done? They've basically, been trading off assets, and they don't look like a contender right now. That roster is not built to compete.
What are the Warriors? Okay, hear me out. Warriors send Jonathan Kuminga, Jimmy Butler. Yeah, just those two for Giannis.
I'm sure they're going to want some picks.
I don't know if the Warriors have that many picks, to be honest, because they had to give some to the Heat.
I mean, I can kind of see it, but again, like, it'd be kind of directionless, because you can't really build around Kuminga.
What about the Knicks?
Now that's the one team that probably has the assets to trade.
Because they have a bunch of picks, and you can send.
They got picks, and they got players that can send over. You can send Karl Anthony Towns. You can send.
See, no, I feel like Cat and Giannis would work pretty nice together. Cat can definitely stretch the floor, and you have to guard him because he will make you pay. And honestly, I don't really like Cat in the paint that much anyway. So Giannis can just have free roam to dominate the paint. So I'm thinking maybe like Mikal and Josh Hart and a bunch of picks for Giannis.
They might want at least one more player, probably. Because look what Desmond Bane got in a trade haul. 4 first rounders. Was it 4 or 5 first rounders? It was a gangload of first rounders. Same thing with Mikal Bridges.
I think it was like 4 first rounders and a swap.
Look what Mikal Bridges brought. 4 first round picks. And Mikal Bridges, he's a solid role player.
Yeah, but then you look at what KD got. You look at what Luka got. Like, the market is all over the fucking place.
It is so bizarre. Like, back in the day, you knew what a player was worth as far as trade pieces. Now,
I think Rudy Gobert kind of fucked that up.
Yeah, he was the first one.
Him and Mikal kind of fucked that up.
They really ruined the market, honestly, because those guys are not worth multiple first round picks.
Not fucking 5, maybe 3 at the most.
Not even, maybe 1 or 2.
At least Rudy was a 3-time fucking DPOY type shit, right? Mikal was an exciting player that was the third option in the Suns. Like, he wasn't a fucking all-NBA, fucking all-star, fucking.
Yeah, he's not even an all-star. Like, bro, like, what are we doing? Same thing with Desmond Bane. He's the third best.
Desmond Bane was crazy. Desmond Bane, I'm sorry, Magic, but I'm not. Fuck you.
No. I don't get that one. Like, he was the third best player on that team.
Yeah.
Which is not a bad thing. He could average 20 points a game, but like, that's almost like the league average.
He's a weirdly short wingspan, and I hate that.
Yeah, he has some really short arms.
It's so weird. But yeah, I mean, we still got plenty of offseason to see what the Rockets and the rest of the NBA wants to do. But very exciting times. Nobody's safe, it looks like.
No.
Honestly, after Luka was traded in the middle of the season, nobody's safe. Maybe Steph Curry. Maybe.
I think he's done enough with that team. He's earned, if he wants to leave, they'll honor his trade request. But I don't see him doing that.
I don't see him wanting to leave right now.
I think he's going to probably be one of the last players, big name players that stays with one team his entire career.
Right. Like, at least with Dame, we understood that he wanted to compete for a championship. Curry already has 4. Like, he's not.
He's content. I think he wants to retire with the Warriors.
Yeah.
He's the last of a dying breed, loyal to one team. I don't think we're gonna see that again in the.
Well, I mean, the Warriors owner was willing to fucking pay the luxury year in and year out, so that helped him stay. I'm sure if because even before the new CBA, even back then, the luxury tax was something that people were trying to avoid, and if maybe their owner wasn't so willing to pay that shit, maybe the Warriors would have blown up a lot earlier than we thought. Maybe they just would have gone to 3 championships and that's it. Maybe 2022 wouldn't have happened. But moving on from basketball, because I did want to keep this one somewhat short. We're already at 35 minutes. Houston Astros, man, freaking.
I have one question. Does Jordan have a hand?
Okay, so yesterday, I believe it was yesterday, we got news that Jeremy Pena was going to be put on the 10-day IL for a rib fracture.
Mm-hmm.
And it was because he got hit by
a pitch.
Hit by a pitch a few days ago. And like you could tell that when it happened. I was at that game. I saw
it happen. I'm like, his rib was broken.
When it happened, he kind of like walked to first and he was like kind of like just not comfortable. But I mean, he played a little bit longer and then he was taken out. Mauricio Dubon took his place. And I was like, I mean, we're beating the Cubs by a good amount at the time. So I was like, oh, maybe they're just going to rest him or whatever. I did not think they were going to take him out because of an injury. Then they mentioned that, and it's like, damn, he's only been our best player all year.
Best two-way player, offense and defense. Like.
Offensively, he's been amazing, batting over 300 pretty much all year.
Having a career year.
Defensively, he's turned into the Gold Glover that we know he can be, right? So consistently he can be a Gold Glover. And then today we get fucking news that fucking Jordan Alvarez has another setback with his fucking hand.
I'm pretty sure his hand's gone.
Did a finger fall off? Like, what's going on?
He's gonna come back with a Terminator arm.
If he comes back at all. Because they haven't. So they're just, all they've said is that he's been just regular, I guess, therapy to recover or whatever. They haven't mentioned no surgery. They haven't mentioned no finger falling off or anything like crazy like that. But
yet,
and they haven't had to because the Astros have been so good recently. But now you're losing Jeremy Pena. Yes, 10-day. That's how they all start.
No. He's not 10 days. That could take up to 3 months.
Well, so they had originally put him on the 10-day. Have they mentioned anything else? Because they haven't put him on the 60-day yet or anything like that.
Yeah, but I've had broken ribs before. That shit takes a while to heal.
So is it broken or is it fracture? There's a difference.
His rib is broken. I'm pretty sure it's broken. And when your ribs are broken,
can't breathe.
It hurts to breathe. Simple, like if doing this, you'd be in a world of pain.
And we're gonna need him to fucking get a bunch of ground outs and fucking jump his ass up.
It's no.
So listen, our best.
It's one of the most painful injuries because it affects everything you do. Like any little range of motion that you do can send you, crashing on the ground in pain.
And the thing is, he's been an amazing leadoff hitter for us. He's definitely in conversation for the best shortstop for the All-Star game.
Didn't get voted, which is a crying shame, honestly.
People hate the Astros. Host mad. Fuck them. But now losing him for who knows how long.
If I was a betting man, don't expect him back until the end of August.
And then fucking Jordan not coming back.
It's reminiscent of the Kyle Tucker situation. Oh, it's just shin soreness.
And then we never saw him for like 4 months.
Almost the entire season. I'm like, what the? I was telling Carlos, like, this Astros medical staff, they need to be gone at the end of the season. If they were still
investigated, I think we're being sabotaged.
Still employed on this team next year, Dana Brown needs to go because this is just malpractice at this point.
I think, yeah, dude. Fuck yeah, it's malpractice.
This is medical malpractice.
I've seen people get sued for less.
I've seen people get fired for less.
But how many more freaking injuries, man? Like this team.
You got 7 starters in the IO.
Like
the entire rotation on the IO.
We had to freaking come up with a brand new rotation 2 seasons in a row because everybody keeps getting fucking injured. And now after losing 2 of our best hitters in the offseason and getting Isaac Paredes and Cam Smith, who have really been, especially Cam Smith has really been stepping it up lately.
Hey, I said it on Twitter like a few days ago. He's going to have a Jeremy Pena type of rookie season.
And let's hope so. Let's hope it ends with a World Series MVP. Yeah. But losing Jordan not coming back in a timely manner, we might not fucking see him till the playoffs come around. The way things are going and how they keep us in the dark. And then Jeremy Pena gone for who knows how long. It's like, dude, what else can this team do? We were talking last week about potential moves that the Astros may have to do. Shit, like what moves can we make now? You know, they were looking for a left-handed batter. Shit, we might.
Well, I think they're doing that because they anticipate Jordan missing the rest of the year,
and I think so too. And with Jeremy Pena now gone, it's like, okay, are we looking for a shortstop, or is Dubon just gonna be an everyday player now?
Well, I think for the shortstop position, they're probably gonna look to Sugarland and bring somebody up, and then probably move. I don't know who they can move to shortstop, because you can bring up Bryce Matthews, but can he play shortstop? I don't know.
So in the lineup right now, we know that Brendan Rodgers has played shortstop before. Well, he played a lot in the Rockies, so we know he can do it defensively, but offensively he gives you basically nothing.
Couldn't hit a beach ball.
Duvon has played all over there. The only thing he hasn't done is pitch and catch. Yet.
Give it time. With the way these injuries are going, you're gonna see him, throw 9 innings.
You're gonna go full Ohtani, bro. You're gonna be the starting pitcher. You're gonna be the DH.
Watch him pitch 9 innings to throw a perfect game.
Well, more like give up 20 runs, but whatever.
Hey, tomato.
Just do it for the culture,
Right.
But we know he can do it. Cam Smith can play third. Do you try him out at shortstop?
I mean, he learned a whole new position this year, and he's done very well in right field. I mean,
yeah,
wouldn't hurt. I think you're gonna have to try. It's gonna be a trial by error. See who works at shortstop until Pena comes back. It's gonna be really, really, really mentality of next man up, because there's just not a guy that can replace Pena right now on the roster.
No, not the way he's been hitting, man. Even Isaac Paredes, who's a really clutch player, he's still only hitting like what, 250 something. Like it's not like all-star level. Definitely not. He's been very clutch. Probably the second best hitter all year.
I mean, he's I wouldn't say he's a step up from Bregman, but recent Bregman, he is a step up.
He looks like, you remember last year when Bregman went really fucking hot in the month of April for some reason?
Yeah.
He was just like the best Bregman I've seen since like 2019.
His near MVP season, yeah.
Yeah, so that's how good Isaac has been, but like Kyle Walker still Kyle Walker. Christian Walker still not figuring it out.
Kyle Walker plays for Man City, so wrong sport.
Yeah, I know. I said Kyle Walker was the wrong sport. Christian Walker still hasn't really figured it out. And it's a shame to see, dude, because like I said, I've been to a lot of games this year, and he's only had one good game that I've been to. And besides that, it's tough, dude, because you know how good the guy is. It's not like Brendan Rodgers that I know he can't hit a beach ball with a racket. But this guy was actually very good last year. It's just not translating. We've seen it with Abreu before. We saw it with Mancini before. Is their first base just curse?
I think the curse of Yuli.
Bro, just bring Yuli back. Fuck it at this point.
We might as well, like.
Let him play till he's 50.
I just don't get it, man. It's one of those things like taking it to a different sport. When Ronaldo left Real Madrid, that 7 jersey has been cursed for a few years until Vinny had an okay season a couple of years ago.
So it was Hazard who took it.
No, so first it was Mariano Diaz.
Oh, Mariano. Oh, that was disgusting, by the way.
That just felt wrong.
That was disgusting.
It was him. He god awful. And Hazard, god awful.
Well, Hazard was mostly injuries because he had just left Chelsea after an amazing season.
This dude would show up out of shape though. Like you can do that at Chelsea. You can't do that at Real Madrid.
Hey, bro, if Luka can get away with it, and then after Eden Hazard was Vinny, right?
And Vinny was a really slow start, but then he turned it on.
Yeah, look, because the first year of Vinny, he did everything but score. I remember he would do everything, and then what? And then just sky the motherfucker like fucking road 20.
And that shit to the moon.
Yeah.
But he finally figured it out. But still, like, look how long that took.
Yeah, we're hoping Christian can figure it out himself, man.
Yeah.
Because it's just been a tough watch. It's been a tough watch for sure, especially with all the guys that we've brought in. Like there were times last year with Singleton, I was like, fucking leave him at first. Like he's maybe not a Gold Glover, but shit, he'll at least hit the damn ball.
Yeah.
And then you got Caratini catching. You can throw Diaz at one. Fuck it. Like at this point, like I just need to figure it out, man. And we've been saying this all season. And they continue to win. They continue to do well. I'm not sure if they play the game today. I'm not completely sure. Huh?
They're playing right now, I think.
Yeah, after the Cup Series, I kind of like stopped because I spend way too much money going to their games.
No, it is crazy with all the injuries, all the slump. Yeah, they're playing right now. They're playing against the Rockies, and they're up 6-4 right now.
Damn.
With all the stuff we just mentioned, they're like 3 games out of having the best record in all of baseball, not just the AL, the entire league. They're within this much of the Dodgers. Like,
yeah, it's Dodgers, Yankees, and
no, we're ahead of the Yankees. It's Dodgers, Tigers, then the Astros.
Tigers. Yeah, fuck the Tigers.
I mean, AJ Hinch just really turned that team around. They need to be investigated.
Yeah. I'm not saying. I'm not saying that they're on some sketchy shit, but
just saying.
I'm just saying.
Well, he's done a good job turning that team around. But yeah, with all the bad luck the Astros have had, there's second best record in the AL, third best record in all of baseball. Like,
let's see
if they were healthy or when they get healthy. This is a championship contending team,
and that's the biggest what if, man. That's the biggest question right now. Like, can they get healthy? Will they get healthy?
They get these dudes out of single A baseball. They turn them into just throwing straight gas.
And then we don't pay them, and then they fucking go for free.
But then they don't do anything anywhere else. Look at Garrett Cole. What has he done?
He's still pretty good.
He looks goofy with a clean-shaven face.
He looks goofy. Like I wouldn't let him near school at all, but he's still pretty fucking good.
He's all right.
He's all right. Anyway, yeah, they need to figure it out. I think that's where we're gonna leave it this week. Again, I wanted to keep it short because we kind of started a little bit late. Do you have anything to say before we get out?
I'm just looking forward to Texans training camp. So I got my tickets for the very last one when Cal's cooking burgers. So I expect a hamburger from Cal. Hey, Cal, I got some suggestions. Come hear me out, man.
Yeah, come hear me out. Have we tried throwing the damn fucking
Have we tried throwing more touchdowns? Is that a thing?
So is winning like optional or?
Can we get past the second round, sir? Like, I want to see one Super Bowl in my lifetime.
I want to see something. Yeah. Can we make it this year? I want to see something. I'm trying to see something. Yeah, Texas training camp gonna start in a couple of weeks. So we're pretty soon. So we're gonna be talking more Texans. We're gonna be talking more like speculations, maybe some trades, something. We'll see what's gonna happen. Carlos, I'm sure he'll be here to join us. We're probably gonna start the new season of Bring on the Blitz. That's our other show. We did it all last year for the Texan season.
We should have more guests coming up too. We should hopefully have Tyler on. He's been busy because
it's been a busy time. The off season isn't an off season for everybody.
Yeah, hopefully we can get interesting too.
Yeah, we're gonna try to get some more guests, some old guests back as well. And I'm sure closer to training camp and during training camp, we're gonna bring in some more Houston guys, so we can all talk Texans and talk about how we're gonna win it all this year.
It's gonna be the holy trifecta. All 3 Houston teams are going to championships.
Shit, I just want all three of them to be in the playoffs. Shit, I'll take that.
That's a given at this point.
Shit.
Look, if all three win championships, I'm getting tattoos of all three teams.
On my neck.
I got a professional job. I can't do it on my neck. I can do it on my arms.
Okay, let's do this. We'll shave and we'll do it on the side of our head. But then once the hair grows back, you can't really see it.
I can't do it. I get fades all the time. I can't do that. I work in a professional environment. I can't do this. I can get them here because I can cover it up with a shirt. But...
Dude, if I walked up to get a new vehicle and I saw you and I had you had like head tattoos of like all three sports winning fucking championships, I wouldn't even ask for a discount. I'm paying full price, brother. I'm paying full price.
Well, see, so I work in a small town, and those people will call, the cops on me.
One of them got in. Anyway, that's what we're gonna end it, guys. Thank y'all for watching. Please remember to like, subscribe, do all that cool stuff.
Tell your friends about us.
Yeah, do that. What is it? Oh fuck! There you go. Boom. Follow us at Just Fans on X and IG at Just Fans Spot.
It's Twitter
on Instagram.
We're not calling it X. Fuck that. Fuck that. Fuck Elon.
Yeah, Twitter.
We're not calling it X. It's Twitter.
Yeah. Fuck you, Elon. And then just follow us on there. Tell us how much your team is better than ours, and I will tell you to fuck off. But if we don't have anything else to say, I was gonna say thank you, Rios, for joining me today, and we'll see everybody next week. I'm sure. Hopefully
the world doesn't end.
Shit. Let's not even get into that. Bye.
Southwest A-League, Texas, throw down here and it's so infectious. We ride for the Houston Astros, Rockets, Dynamo, and them Texans. If you ain't never been down here, well, rule number one, you gon' respect us. Just Fans in my speakers, new one drop, they bout to bless us. I might right through the SWAT, playing Just Fans right through your spot. Look, and I don't know what you thought, but right here, dog, we gon' rep the squad. Got HU, I might fit it, then on my jersey, you gon' know where I'm from. This Houston, Texas, still rolling.